What's up guys, Marcins here and welcome in another Photoshop tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to create this dark manipulation scene, and as you see it's little more advanced tutorial, and I decided to upload more videos like this in the future. So I hope you like this type of video. It's quite long tutorial, so I decided to divide it into two parts. And also I'm recording audio after recording this manipulation, so it can be a problem, but it's hard to record manipulation like this and talk at the same time, so I hope that you will be understanding. And well, let's start and hope you guys really enjoy this tutorial. Of course I'm using few stock images for that. And if you are interested in all infos about stock images are in the description. At first I open images for my background. It's this road and desert image. At first I need to cut this road using pen tool, of course. Because I don't want this grass and other scenery. I want to move it to this desert image. And after doing selection, click right, then make selection and feather radius at 3 pixels. Then click selection tool, click right on this road and click layer via cut to cut this road. Then I cut this desert part because I don't want this sky, and also for this I use pen tool to make selection, so do the same. And then of course click right, make selection, feather radius at 3 pixels, click selection tool, right, and layer via copy. And then unclick background layer. I back to my road and using move tool I drag this road to my main project, I mean this desert image, and adjust this road to desert. As you see, it's a little problem, but I don't need all these desert parts, so using crop tool I delete this part at the bottom. And now it looks okay. Now I go to hue saturation and desaturate this image, because the road and desert has a different color and we need to remove this difference. And now I need a sky image. And as you see, I wasn't sure what I want, but I used this type. It was the best for this project, I think, and now I have to make smooth edges. So at first I click my road and then click add layer mask, this small icon at the bottom. Then click gradient tool and select this transparent type. And now by dragging this line I make smooth edges, as you see. Then the same with desert. And also, to make smooth edges, you can use eraser tool, like me right now. Sometimes it's even better choice. Now I desaturate my sky because it was too colorful for this image. And now I need to remove this green part, I mean grass from the road, because it doesn't look good. For this I use just a regular eraser tool. Now I think this road and desert looks really very natural, like from one image. And now I decided to add some lightning effects, so at first I make it a little smaller because it's easier to edit the lightning effects. Then duplicate this sky image, go to filter, render, and click lightning effects. Of course you can move this ring in a different way, and at right you have properties. You can see my properties right now. I put color intensity at 25, hotspot is the small ring at -10, colorize explorer at 35, metallic -20, but it's not so important, and ambience at 10. Ambience is good for drama, but of course you can set these properties as you like. You shouldn't look at me. Of course you can change opacity on this layer if you want, and as I remember, at the end I delete this layer and do it again. And now I create a new layer and using brush tool add some lights. For blend mode I set soft light. At set opacity at 35%, but also I delete this layer and doing lights by using Dodge and Burn tool. And now I almost prepare my background, I think, so it's time to destroy this road. Time for some texture. For this I use cracked earth. It works perfectly with this image. So just click move tool and drag it to your main project. For this, change blend mode to multiply. Then click selection tool, click right and free transform, and adjust this texture to your image. To distort this texture as I am, click in this box and press Ctrl like me to adjust this image. And also do the same at the corner, press Ctrl and adjust this texture. It's quite simple, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Of course, you can change the size by clicking at the corner, but without control. And when you do this, clear the edges using eraser tool. Okay, time for another stock. For Discharge, and of course at first make selection using pen tool. Then of course click right, make selection, feather radius 3 pixels, and using move tool drag it to your main project. As you can see, I cut it wrong, but it's not a problem, and for a moment you see how to fix it. But at first I need to make it a little smaller using free transform. And now I zoom it on this part, and now click background eraser tool. It's awesome tool, but not sure if it's in older version Photoshop, but Photoshop CS6 has it. I set tolerance at 50%, and just by clicking on this white part I remove it. You can delete all white edges by using this. Not only white, but whatever you want. And sometimes you can doing something wrong, so that's why it's tolerance. To be careful, it's better to set the low tolerance. And also I need to adjust this charge to my image using free transform. It can be quite difficult, but shouldn't. And using eraser tool, I just need to remove these edges, this part from pre-charge, to make it natural. And also color of the charge isn't perfect, so I need to change it. Press Ctrl and click on this charge image and go to photo filter using this warming filter, and now I think my charge looks better. And now another stock image and everything the same. Make the selection using pen tool, just like me. Then click right, make selection, and using move tool, move it to main project. And again, I made inaccurate selection. But of course I fix it using background eraser tool. And then using the same method as for the church, using free transform, I adjust this image with the depth or whatever it is, this person on the bicycle, this dark person on the bicycle. As you see, I need to move the location just a little to adjust it. I have to distort it a little. I think it's okay, it looks nice for now.